Good morning, Coleman. Welcome back. This is Traci Johnson with ERA Waldrop Real Estate, and I have the honor of talking with Susan Copeland. She is the president of Pilot Club this year, and she's going to tell us a little bit about Pilot Club, what they do here in Coleman, and any events that they have coming on. So, Susan, it's such a good time to see you.
Thank
I'm
you
so
so
excited
much.
about learning a little bit about Pilot Club. So, what do you guys have going on?
We do have a lot going on.
Yes.
For those of your viewers who don't know, Pilot Club is a service organization. It has nothing to do with flying airplanes, which so many people think of when you hear about Pilot Club.
Right.
I've been in the club for 9 years now and have the honor of serving as president this year. And as a service club, we really focus on brain-related injuries. We actively support the Pilot Light Home, which is the shelter for abused and neglected children in Coleman County. We have a number of very targeted missions that we try to hit on each year with our service projects. We're part of a larger organization. It's not just a local chapter, but it's national and international. And Pilot Club International has been around for almost 100 years.
Wow.
The Pilot Club in Coleman started in the early 1980s. And has been active ever since. So we're part of a larger group of women across the country and in other parts of the world. And our three primary areas that we really are focusing on, we call them our ABCs. A being anchors, which is the high school part of Pilot Club. We have anchor clubs in 3 of our county high schools and are hoping to expand that to Coleman City and other schools in the county, so that we can get young people involved in anchor activities, and hopefully they'll be part of Pilot Club one day.
Right.
The B stands for Brain Minders. We are very focused on brain health, brain safety. So we have programs with puppets that we go into our kindergarten schools, do puppets that really illustrate ways like wear your helmet, brain safety. We've partnered just recently, we're really proud of this, with both Coleman City and Coleman County Park and Rec boards. They've each donated $500 to Pilot Club, and it's earmarked to purchase helmets, so that as we go into the schools, we can have helmets to provide for students that need that.
That's such an important resource, and I'm amazed at how many kids don't wear their helmets.
Absolutely.
They
don't think about it.
They don't think about it, and parents don't make their kids wear it. I know when we lived in Atlanta, Peyton was little, and that was just a given. Everybody in our neighborhood, you didn't even question it. You just automatically put the helmet on. And then when we moved back to Coleman, we still made the kids wear their helmets and made them wear their helmets.
Right.
And the older they got, the more kids that you saw without a helmet. And they're like, we don't. And it's so sad.
Exactly.
To think about you just that quickly how a brain injury can happen.
And once you have a brain injury, once those cells are injured, you don't recover that.
Right.
And so that's what we're really trying to stress, is just the safety all along, that proactive approach.
Right. And education.
Education, and the younger we can educate, the better,
Right.
because they're not too young at that age to already be subject to some head injuries. And then the C of the ABCs is focused on caregivers. And we have found through Grace Place here in Coleman, where they have an area a couple of times a week that caregivers can get relief to bring their loved ones who have Alzheimer's, dementia, brain-related disorders, to give them some respite time, just to kind of have a break from being a caregiver. So we're focused on maybe doing care baskets for caregivers.
Okay.
If you've never been in a caregiving role, Traci, it takes a toll on the caregiver.
It does.
And so many times we're so focused on the patient or the individual receiving the care that we forget about all that caregiver's going through. Mm-hmm. And because of fatigue that they may have, then the loved one really is in a situation if something happens to the caregiver.
Right.
So that's a very strong focus this next year, will be on caregiving and how we can be supportive of that.
Okay. So if I were a caregiver and I saw this today, how would I contact you guys?
We have a Facebook page, Pilot Club of Cullman, with our contact number there. They may know a Pilot Club member. that they can reach out. They can reach out to me if they want to. I work at Wallace State Community College, and so my email would be susan.copeland@wallacestate.edu, and I would be more than happy to link them with resources or possibly look at ways that Pilot Club might could assist in some way with giving them a little support. Now, we don't do the actual caregiving, but we try to find ways to kind of pamper our caregivers a little.
Right. So you have that resource. So if I'm a parent and funds are tight and I want to get a helmet for my child, or I want to have someone come and talk to my kindergarten class, or anything to help educate, I can just go to your Facebook.
Just go to that, and there's contact information there.
And that's
another
Pilot Club of Cullman.
That's it.
With a local chapter.
That's it. And then we'll be able to assist them. We also have a great partnership with our Sheriff's Department on tracking bracelets, which we do. We call it Project Lifesaver. And we have probably 60 clients enrolled in that service, so that if you have a loved one with dementia, a child with autism, anyone who may tend to wander from the home, this has been very helpful in locating people and keeping them safe. So that's another project that we feel very strongly about and give money to support.
And that's so needed. I know just this past weekend I was on Facebook, and a mom that her son and my son are the same age, and they have a daughter, and the little girl had followed their puppy
oh my goodness
into the woods and got lost. And just a very, very scary situation.
Absolutely.
And you're right there. You think that everything's okay. They're in the yard playing, and then just that
absolutely
quick. And then when you throw in that they have autism or anything, any kind of brain injury, it's so scary.
There is a need for just to kind of have this device. It costs the person nothing. Everything's totally paid for.
And who was that through again?
The Cullman County Sheriff's Department.
The Sheriff's Department.
They're the ones.
Lifesavers.
It's called Project Lifesaver. They are actually the ones that go into the home and equip the person with the bracelet and talk to the caregivers about what to do, who to call. But monies that we raise through our fundraising efforts go with monies from the Sheriff's Office to help support that. And I think at some point even the Cullman Police Department has been a part of it, but the Sheriff's Department really spearheads most of those efforts.
Okay. Some great things that are happening here in our community, and I just love to hear about that. I love this opportunity to help educate our community and to help make people aware of all these different things. Because, there's just so many things that are available, and it's like, wow, I knew Pilot Club was around, but,
well, you don't really know what it's all about.
What do they do?
Exactly.
Where does this money go to? How do they help in our community? So if I wanted to be a member of the Pilot Club, how would I do that?
Okay, same thing, Facebook page, contact a current Pilot Club member. There is an application form, obviously, that's completed, and then that's reviewed by our Pilot Board. And then it's very easy. There's dues that we pay. Those are set by our international division. So it's not that we just kind of pull numbers out of the hat. We kind of know what dues are, because we have to pay part of the chapter dues and all that, how that goes. We meet once a month on the second Tuesday evening at 6 p.m. And our meeting location is changing. We used to meet at the Allstate all the time, and that's no longer an option for us. So right now we'll be meeting at the real building right across the street from St. John's Church there on the corner. We would love to have new people. We need as many people as possible to help roll their sleeves up and help us on our projects. Right now, to raise money, we have our Priester pecan sale going on. We're taking orders for those, and the pecans then come in the first part of November, just in time for all that holiday baking.
I'm thinking of pecan pie.
Oh yes, I know, I love a good pecan. And we also have our rummage sale coming up. We have that annually at the Cullman Fairgrounds in the exhibit hall, and that's the first weekend in November. So that's always a big event. And this year, for the first time, we have a Pilot Club member who has a vacant home that they have listed on the market that they've allowed us to use to stage our furniture and accessories and items that we've collected all year to have an estate sale. And that will be on Saturday, October the 5th.
Okay.
On 3rd Avenue.
On 3rd Avenue.
It's right behind the Coleman County Jail. Right on 3rd Avenue, right on the street. We'll have signage. They can't miss it.
Okay. We'll definitely have to post that.
Absolutely.
I'm sure that's on your Facebook page as
yes,
well.
Yes, we'd love to have a good turnout.
Okay, so that's on October 3rd.
October 5th.
October 5th
estate
at
sale.
the estate sale.
Yes, that's a Saturday.
Perfect.
We'll
Well,
start.
Susan, it was wonderful talking to you
Well,
today
you too,
and learning
Traci.
about Pilot Club. Thanks, Coleman, for visiting. I hope you learned something about Pilot Club and some of the other resources and services that we have available in our community. We're always growing and we're always looking for volunteers. So roll up your sleeves and come join the Pilot Club. Thank you and have a great day.